Hello all, it's Marco from Endor Media. Today I wanted to show you a video on something I uncovered in the game 7 Days to Die. While testing out something about a build and zombie AI and so on, I came across something which is of particular interest. To introduce it, I'm going to go over to the base. This is my 7-night horde base. The idea of the structure is it's an elevated platform with one way in for the zombies, one easy way in, so that way it will limit the access that zombies can get to me. So when I'm inside there, the only real way that a zombie can get to me is by coming up these steps. Now, the reason why I have these steps instead of like a stair block, for example, I could have made it easier for them by making stair blocks, but instead I wanted these huge cubes because then they have to jump up. Because when zombies jump up, they slow down, so that also limits the number of zombies that will be in front of here attacking, or at least trying to get to me. I thought of something that if a zombie is jumping and there's something above them that wouldn't normally block them, so it won't stop them from going there, would that potentially cause a zombie to move to the side in mid-jump? For example, I was thinking, here, let me put it back to a cube. Just as an example, and a slope, and I need to get the slope upside down. We'll rotate that a couple times, and that way. So let's say, for example, a zombie wanted to jump over this block here to get over to that side. If they jumped over it, would this sloping block cause them to move to the side? I decided to test that in one of my other maps, and I ended up discovering something else, which ended up resulting in what I called the "you can't get to me" base. Let's head over to the RDM, the Research and Development and More map. I'll be right back and I'll show you the setup that I created, which I can probably tweak even more. So let's head over there now. Here we are in the RDM, the Research and Development and More. Over here we have the structure that I created to test my hypothesis. So I made this hallway with these obstacles. The idea is that the zombies would come up this way in order to get me over at that end of the platform. And then they would have to jump over these little hurdle things here. What I wanted to test was if a zombie was going to... First of all, if the zombie was going to jump over these with the slope blocks above, and would the slope block push them off like that in mid-jump. So that is what I wanted to be testing. I also had these slopes down here as well, so that if the zombies did get pushed off the side, they would have a nice sort of like gentle fall instead of falling and taking damage. Because when zombies take damage, they tend to go into destruction mode, where they just want to destroy things. So hopefully this gentle slope would make it easier for their fall. I made the hallway long enough to have 3 hurdles. So now, I've already tested this, and discovered that my hypothesis is not actually correct. When the zombies came, the zombies did not actually jump over the hurdles. At least not consistently or regularly. Okay, so let's take a look. I'm going to spawn in just a few zombies, and we'll take a look at what they do. Get their attention by firing a gun into the air. Now, I'm over here in my safe elevated platform, and they should jump up those steps to try to get down the hallway towards me. What happens when they reach the obstacle? Instead of trying to jump over it and being pushed off like I suspected they would, they just walk off on their own. When they get to that obstacle, they just go zoop, and they slide down. Hopefully by these slopes I put along the side, that should lessen their fall so they won't go into destruction mode. Every now and then they will stop and attack. So this is not meant to be an AFK base. The zombies will try a few things, but eventually they'll just fall off. And if this is done during Horde Night, lots of zombies will eventually stack up on each other and get over those little hurdles. Yeah, this is meant to be an active base. It's a cheap, simple way, just a cobblestone structure of slowing down their advance towards you. Oh, you almost made it, buddy. Come on, buddy, one more. There. Oh, down he goes. Okay, so his pattern's changed. Okay, so now he's going to try to get me from there, so I'll just take care of him. Yeah, so the idea is that you're going to be culling them as the night goes on. You're not supposed to be just sitting here watching them do that. This is just a way to hold them off. So I'm going to bring in a few more, and we'll see what they do. Get their attention. During an active horde night, I'd be actually staying here and shooting them as they come down the hallway. You'll see that once a few of them start piling up, then they start like jumping on each other's shoulders and getting over. But as long as they're coming just like one or two at a time, they will go through the cycle of sliding off. Okay, that one did decide to jump, so we can take care of that one. Oh, he almost slid off and then recovered. There are a few limitations, like this isn't a complete base either. Like, I'd be putting a roof on this to protect from vultures. Some of the limitations are like are dogs, because dogs would be hard to hit over the obstacles. So while you're standing over here, it's difficult to shoot the dogs. That's why you have to go over to the side. When I first designed this, I designed it with just a 1 block wide opening right here. So I actually had a wall here, and I found that I couldn't actually hit the dogs. I can only hit them when they're falling. But now, with a 2 wide area like that, you have a better chance of shooting at the dogs, or spider zombies too. Spider zombies will occasionally do the jump and could get over here. That could be alleviated with other things, like maybe you could put bars here, because I think bars will stop zombies from physically getting to you, but they won't see it as an obstacle. So there's a few options like that. Also, this won't help with the cop zombies. They can still spew up at you or spit at you from a range. But this is just meant to get you through, like, maybe the first or second or third horde night, like, you know, day 7, 14, 21. What I'm going to do is I'm going to repair it, and we'll set it to night, and let's test it out against, like, an actual horde, like something at nighttime with a whole bunch of zombies coming this way. I'll have, like, a few Molotov cocktails ready, and we'll take on a few of them. Let's jump ahead to that, and we'll see how that works out. Okay, I've now set it to nighttime. I've summoned a small group of zombies. I threw a few torches around just to light the area up nice. So let's test this out and see how well it works. But this time I'm actually going to actively attack them as if this was like a regular horde night. Let's turn their AI on and get their attention. Hey everybody, over here. They still seem to come up this way. So normally you'd try to line them up for some headshots as they're coming up. Let's see, I didn't have as good as a weapon. They're still falling down and coming back up. They're still going through the loop. We'll even get a few dogs in here. Where are the dogs? Dog. D-O-G spells dog. Get a couple of those, get their attention. But these ones are going to be, like I said, the dogs are going to be tricky because they're shorter than the obstacles. So usually you want to get the dogs when they're on the ground, or maybe even when they're falling. Okay, so we got somebody crawling over, so we can... That's what the melee weapon's for. Yeah, there's a dog down there, so I can shoot that from a range. Party girl just slid down. Moe's over here trying to mess with my demonstration. Take that. We can even, like, have some fun with these. There, and if they do manage to get too close, It's clubbing time. For the most part, though, it's working out pretty effective. Like, it's not 100% reliable. It's maybe 50% reliable, and eventually that one block there... What's that noise? Eventually that one block probably will be destroyed because you can't really get over there and repair it. Let's see how long it would take to damage that. Let's get another zombie dog, and we'll throw in a few more. Oh, whoops, no, not Trader Jen. Just some, I guess we can do a feral. We'll throw in a feral. Skateboarder, soldier, another Mo, another Marlene. And over here, everybody. We got another dog, we got a biker, somebody's a feral in there. We take the dog out from here. Even the dogs aren't hopping over it either. I don't know if the dogs can't jump in the game or not, but even the dogs are just sliding down too. Oh, that dog's getting close. Gotta get it from here. Oh, it slid off. Good. Maybe it's time for another Molotov. Woo! Hey, dog. That dog's down. A few more. Let's get 2 fat cops in. Hey, guys. Because like I said, this is no protection against their vomit. You'll have to come up with something else for that. But you probably want to take them down as soon as you can. Just the one guy. And one dog. We'll get the dog as it falls. I think that's it. It's all quiet. No footy steps. Hey, you've got a loot bag. Okay. So like I said, it's not 100% successful, but it is an alternative. It's a way of sort of confusing the enemies from getting too close to you. This base should be easy to make by night 7. And this top part, this is just wood. I didn't even bother upgrading that. Because when they do attack, they never seem to attack that. Actually, speaking of which, let's see how much damage was done. This would have received a lot of beaten. That's less than half. And that's 2/3, and that's took a little bit of damage. Okay. But the back walls, fine. And of course, I still have the trapdoors. So if they do make it through that way, then we got the trapdoors. I would imagine eventually you could probably expand upon this, like put a wall here to stop these zombie cops from seeing you. Just as long as you have this... Hey, I'm talking. Just as long as you have a way for the zombies to get down back to the ground, run around back around again. There, so that's what I wanted to show, what I found out in 7 Days to Die. Hopefully somebody can use this in their own game. If you like 7 Days to Die, check out my video series. I got a short series on 7 Days to Die, plus some other survival games. If you like what you saw, subscribe to the channel, leave a like. But that's going to be it for this video. Take care, everyone.